What's going on YouTube? This is UG. I'm back with another video in this series that I've been doing um, on different different additions to Madden 26. Also, a lot of things taken out of Madden for Madden 26. Different improvements or so-called improvements. We gotta see like how they implement it. Like I said, if you've been playing college football 26, you get an early look at a lot of these things that I'm discussing. In this video, in the last video I did it, this is the fourth video that I'm doing. In the last three videos I discussed man coverage, zone coverage, and player movement. For this video I'm gonna be discussing the trenches. Um, the trenches for the most part have been a lot robotic in a bad way, man, like where you can kind of like dictate how the pocket's gonna form. You can, unless somebody's blitzing, you can dictate like certain running plays. You can dictate because of the blocking being sticky. You can dictate and have like these OP running plays that just work for no reason, like out of bunch tight end, gun bunch tight end, you have that halfback off tackle play, where that play is abusive, man. That play is absolutely abusive, man. No. EA did some things in college football 26 and in Madden 26 to counter that and to give us a gameplay in the trenches that's a lot more organic, a lot more unpredictable, a lot more responsive, so you could do what you want to do. You know what I mean? So we're gonna discuss it. Like I said, I'm gonna read these excerpts that I got from the blog that the gameplay deep dive that they did back in June. But what better to discuss? What better time to discuss these things right before Madden releases? We're less than 2 weeks away from the release at the time that I'm recording this video. But let's get into the topic. It says, with block steering, you'll find it puts more control in your hands and better reflects the physics and ratings of the players involved in the interactions. So if you don't know what block steering, I'm pretty sure the clips that I got of the excerpts of the blog, I'm pretty sure they're going to discuss what block steering is. But block steering is basically when I'm engaged with a block as a offensive lineman or as a defender. No, long gone are the days where you get warped into a block and you're stuck on them and you can't. No, I can go left or I can go right. Now, these things are dependent on strength, block rating, block impact rating, block shed rating. You know what I mean? These things are dictated upon that. But let's say I'm a smaller linebacker, but I beat the pulling lineman. I beat him to the inside. No longer are the days where I just get warped and I get warped back into him like he just grabbed me. Nah, those days, and if you play college football, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The run defense is a lot better because of it. It's a lot harder to run the ball. Running the ball if you come out in the correct defense and you understand your run fits. Or just in general, what you should expect from running the ball. You should expect the 3 yards, the 4 yards, the 2 yards, the 1 yard, the -2, that organic, unpredictable outcome that comes with running the ball. Because if you watch football, you know running the ball is 2 yards, 3 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, then the 30-yard game. But in Madden, the past years, especially last year, dudes is averaging 10 yards a carry. Nah, that's done. That's done. Let's continue. Like they said, with block steering, you'll find it puts more control in your hands and better reflects the physics and ratings of the players involved in the interactions. The first application is right in the trenches. when you're controlling a defender and get engaged right off the snap. Instead of flicking the right stick to attempt the shed move or disengage, you'll now have additional control on the left stick to steer the blocker into the backfield or side to side. So if you pressing the left stick down, you can bully him. If you're using a player that's stronger, you can bully him into the backfield to blow up the run or push him into the quarterback to put pressure on the quarterback, or you can steer it side to side. You can steer it to the left, you can steer it to the right, especially if you're trying to shoot the gap to stop these runs. Like a bull rush in the pass game or using the butt and press technique in the run game. I don't know what that is. The amount of movement you'll have of the block depends on the player ratings and the momentum, size, speed, and position of the two players when they get engaged. That's beautiful. I love that. And like I said, it plays out exactly how they say it's supposed to play out in college. Now, I think it'll play out better in Madden because there'll be less abilities to go around. College, they got abilities on everybody, damn near. Not so much in the NFL, because in the NFL, players are a lot more on the same level, kind of. They're all professionals. There are players that's a lot better, but they're not, like if you come out with Rutgers and you playing with Rutgers and you're playing against Alabama or LSU, you're going to get destroyed. You know what I mean? But it'll be a closer if you're playing with the Panthers and you're playing against the Eagles. The Eagles are still dominate, but it ain't going to be like how college is. So the second application is more for the second level of the defense. Now listen to this one. When running laterally to make a play to the outsides, meaning if the person you're playing against, he's running stretch, spamming stretch. Get that envision that in your mind. So this player's, you're trying to make a play to the outside, meaning he's running stretch, or trying to get downhill to fit a gap on the defense. You'll now keep your direction and momentum when you get engaged in a block. Meaning, you're not going to get warped backwards into the block if you beat the lineman to the spot, the blocker to the spot. He beat him to the spot. It's up to the running back to make me miss or break the tackle, or maybe cut back or whatever. You know what I mean? I've been asking for that for the past 3 Maddens, man. Instead of feeling like you're getting snatched or held with no way to control your movement, you'll still have the left stick control to move the blocking engagement. And again, the amount of movement is based on the ratings and momentum of the players involved. You'll also see run-fit defenders far more aggressive getting downhill. I might say this a lot. If you've played college football 26, then you know that these players are playing their run fits aggressively to stop the run. And it doesn't affect you in the past where they're just like you run committing and they giving up bombs. No, like they made it so when the person's running, they recognize it. Meaning when you see that handoff, they'll recognize it. And vice versa, play action does move defenders, or maybe freeze defenders, and that was in the game in Madden 25. It says you'll also see run-fit defenders far more aggressive getting downhill. When good defensive fit the run, they are trying to build a wall at the line of scrimmage and beat the blockers to the point of attack. To dive even deeper into the trenches, there are some pass rush updates too. First, the stamina thresholds that controlled how many moves could be performed per play have been removed. So if y'all know, like in Madden, when y'all looking at your line, they got these little points on the side of them, like a meter, and it shows how many points to the left or how many points to the right that they got of resistance and stuff. So that's they got rid of that. They basically got rid of that. Instead, each move will cost a dynamic amount of stamina based on the defender's pass rush move rating. So the better your pass rush move rating is, the more stamina you have to do these moves. So we talking about like swim moves and different, not the blow bys, but mainly like the bull, the power moves, and the different pass rush moves like that. So of course the better players are gonna be, the better pass rushers are gonna have more stamina. You know what I mean? Like the T.J. Watts, the Myles Garrett's, Micah Parsons, Jalen Carter's, the Chris Joneses of the world. They'll have a lot more energy and stamina. But I'm thinking too, man, they may get tired because of wear and tear, so you may have to rotate your defenders sometimes. Like if you see them tired and you know you got a big third down coming up in the second down, like give him a breather, man. So when that big third down come up, he can get a good pass rush on the quarterback. So I think that's a good addition to the game as well, man. So each move will cost a dynamic amount of stamina based on the defender's pass rush move ratings. We've also changed the functionality of the R2 RT input so that holding down for the acceleration burst gives you speed you want and different sheds and counters that are more explosive, like faster wins, but carry the risk of burning through stamina quicker on passing downs or when using pass commit. So when you pass commit, your pass rushers, obviously, they're not looking to stop the run, so they're going straight upfield. So if you don't know, when you pass commit, you get a better pass rush. That's why a lot of people pass commit every down. You get a better pass rush when you're pass committing. But this will affect your stamina this year. Also, for people that like the user rush, now they made it easier for the user rushes where if you hold R2 or RT, all you got to do is hold R2 or RT and chase the quarterback, and they'll do the moves for you. They'll do a plethora of like pass rush moves and shed moves and stuff like that. So like the pass rush might be OP for user rush this year. We'll see, but it looked like it's gonna be OP because they made it easy. Now you don't have to do the right stick and know how to do it. They'll do it for you. I don't know how I like that, but you know, it is what it is. Think of this as an effort mechanic, of which the new gas guzzler trait has been built around. Lastly, we've reduced the amount of pass protection strength relative to the blocker resistant bars that dynamically grow or shrink for pass blockers to allow for more balance in the battle of the trenches. So basically, what that is with the pass blockers, they got a gas guzzler trait. So a lot of players that stay on the field a lot, they're gonna have a gas guzzler trait where they're not gonna be affected like that by the wear and tear as far as being tired. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So basically, they want the pass rush to be a lot more organic and a lot more unpredictable and a lot more balanced. The next paragraph. First, we've added unique pass protections to each passing play in the playbook data. Each pass block scheme is available in the pre-play adjustment menu. See, now I don't like this. This is one thing I do not like. If y'all don't know, y'all haven't played college football, as you can see, it's coming over to Madden. But in college football, each pass play that you call, the line will have its own unique blocking scheme where they are pre-slid to the left, or they pre-slid to the right, now you can reset it with it. All you got to do is bring up the lineman adjustments and put it on base, and it'll reset it to base default. In college, you don't have a lot of time to do that. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people say the blocking is bad, which I think the blocking can be better. But in college, you don't have a lot of time to do all that because of the play clock, and also because of stadium pulse. You know what I mean? But now, in Madden, you got about 40 seconds on the play clock. You'll be able to do better with that. When it comes to that, you'll be able to set that to base if you want. This is the last slide right here. It says to make it easier to interact with the new preset protections, we've added some tools. The first is a new pre-play mechanic called Untargeted Defender. Similar to the ID the mic mechanic, this allows you to tell your line to ignore a player rather than target him. This is a useful mechanic to bust out against somebody who likes to hover the linebacker over the guard or center and then drop into coverage. If you know the linebacker is not rushing, direct your line to ignore him and he will be removed from the count. This is probably one of the most, I want to say this is probably one of the most important features that they've added to Madden in some years. Because if you know, like, things like mid blitz and different things like that, these things are key, man. Them mugging the line is key to these type of meta formations that these guys run. You know what I mean? And now, and like I said, in college, they have that feature, and it's been working when I'm able to use it. But a lot of times I'm not able to use it on a road because of stadium posts. And then also, there's a lot of times, man, where the menu don't come up, so EA want to have to fix that. It's like you pressing the lineman adjustment button and it doesn't come up. It just don't come up. So EA gonna have to do something about that. But especially we see this more prevalent in the mid blitz meta, where people bring one of their defenders in the gap to try to like count as a man that the offensive line is supposed to block, and then they'll back out. Now your defense is glitched out, but now you can ignore him. And another feature, I don't have the slide for it, but another feature that goes along with that is with the off. You can slide your line to the left or the right. You can half slide it with one flick with the right stick, or if you want to full slide it, your line to the left, you can flick the stick twice, like a rapid speed. Flick the stick twice so you can slide your line to the right and the left without even bringing up that menu. But if you want to ignore a defender, that feature, I think you have to bring that menu up unless if somebody know how to do it without bringing that menu up, let me know in the comment section. And also another feature that EA added, like I was saying, that goes along with the ignore the defender feature, is the feature where if your player's responsibility is to rush the passer or blitz, you're no longer allowed to click off or switch it to a defender that has its own responsibilities or man responsibilities. You're just stuck. Either you're stuck on the line, or you just have to run around. You can't switch it. That I love that, because that would stop people from having a guy in the gap and then switch sticking to somebody, and you done ignored that guy and he switch stick to somebody, and then that guy comes free. Now they can't do that. So EA crossed their T's and dotted their I's with a lot of the stuff that went on, a lot of the foolishness that went on this year in Madden 25, man. So that's the trenches, man. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Do y'all think is a good thing? If y'all playing college football, how do you think that they implemented it? What you think they can do better? Anything else along the lines of the trenches that you think they should add this year if they can, or in future Maddens? But hit that like button, man. Sub to the channel if you're new. And in the next video, I'm gonna be doing a commentary on tackling. I'm gonna be doing a commentary on tackling, and I think that, and I got one more after that on abilities. I'm gonna give the whole list of abilities that EA that's getting nerfed, and also player traits that's being introduced to the game, that's being rehauled and reintroduced into the game for Madden 26. And I believe that's unique to Madden 26, so I'll be discussing that. Hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, put your notifications on all. I go live Monday to Friday, so put your notifications on. I post shorts damn near every day. So whatever I do, whether it's post shorts, post a video, post a commentary, go live, you'll get the notification for it. So y'all be safe, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video.